Welcome back, sports fans. We are back for another episode of The Fan in the End. I'm your host, as always, Stephen Rychel, and the big man to the right of me, Mr. Ben Troupe. Ben, how are we feeling this afternoon, my friend?
Man, another day above ground. You know how it goes, Stephen, man. Just enjoying the day, trying to make sure. I know we're going to get to it. LeBron got a lot of fan bases saying, hey.
It's funny because we were talking about this last week, and Marvin was absolutely positive that Bronny was just posturing, right? You see, so we're gonna have a conversation about LeBron James today. We're gonna have a conversation about it because it's already. I'm glad it's not the circus it was when he left Cleveland the first time.
Mm-hmm.
You know, when they had it on TV, it was the decision. Remember,
mm-hmm.
That's what they were promoting it as. But you know, we got a lot to kind of digest. It's been a long week of sports. Let's just hop right into it. And as always, every episode here on The Fan in the End is brought to you by our good friends over at Fight Wax. Fight Wax is the ultimate athlete skincare defense. Helps treats cuts, swelling, scrapes, and abrasions, rejuvenates and restores stress skin. Customers have used for soreness, stiffness, and recovery. Designed for athletes of all active lifestyle, provides an ultra silky, non-greasy feel, deep hydration for everyday skincare. Helps fight dry skin. Customers have used for eczema, psoriasis, and other skin disorders. And when you head over to the website, please make sure you use that code SFT15FW and save 15% on your order when you go to fightwax.com. Now, obviously, like I said, lots happened over the last week. We were talking about before we came on here, the fact of me, my guy Justin Ferrella, we went and covered, the Liberty Brawl. No, everyone's not a big combat sports fan, but they between Dave Feldman and Conor McGregor, they have announced that will be an annual thing. So basically, the way it goes is BKFC is going to be here. For Knucklemania as far as late January or early February, and then right around the 4th of July you're going to have Liberty Brawl here back in Philadelphia. So we're going to have two big bare knuckle events here in Philly twice a year. Obviously they'll probably put on other fight night related type stuff, but we were already talking about it last week before the fight. The deal with Fox. They just did the sports card deal with Yes, and it's just they're doing a lot of the things that you would want to see in a growing promotion. So great night of fights.
Was Jordan there? Is Jordan gonna be involved in it? And then Jordan Spector, is he gonna be involved in it?
I'm not sure because Yes is a completely different card company. Now I know why you're asking that because he just did cards for Josh Holkett, who was on that White House card. Obviously, gave President Trump one of his cards. Obviously, Trump took it off as soon as Josh opened his mouth and started talking.
So that was Jordan. That was
Jordan. I'm like, I'm sitting with myself like,
Jordan went from.
You just cost Jordan an opportunity right there.
I'm just so Jordan like,
you cost Jordan an opportunity.
Wow. So I mean, did Dana White and UFC like fire the dude? Is something?
No, it's just he allows free speech. I don't agree with what Josh said. Even if that's what you truly believe, that's not the freaking platform to do something like that.
Yeah.
But he believes in free speech and all this other things, and he's not going to fire guys over that. I'm sure that there is some type of repercussion, as far as that goes. But I mean, it's I just feel bad for Jordan. Like I said, like he's the one that put the card together, and then Josh is smart enough to go and put the card around Trump's neck. I thought it would have been a great opportunity for Justin after the fact, but Josh opened his mouth and that was the end of it. But,
well, I mean, whoever his damage control team, which I get it. Look, we look in the course of our entire lives, especially if you're on national TV or you're a professional athlete in some way, shape, or form, you're gonna put your foot in your mouth more times than not. But when it's self-inflicted, hey, your damage control team, like, man, you don't pay me enough money to deal with the fact that people are gonna say, wait, what's your name again? But hey, man, you took a great moment in your career that could have catapulted you, and I get it. That's a part of UFC. That's a part of trying to sell Yourself. I mean, a lot of those guys, big personalities. When you talk about the UFC, none bigger than Ronda Rousey, John Jones, Rampage. I mean, you talk about what these guys.
Our boy Conor McGregor's returning back to action this
Conor
week.
McGregor,
he's back in action this week. So
hey,
Conor McGregor's 5.5 year layoff from a broken leg.
He's an action junkie, man. Conor McGregor is like, dude, when you were at the height like he was. And people go, hey, man, it's always, can you still do it? And Conor McGregor is the only UFC fighter that gets more famous if he loses. Because if he loses, he's like, he'll say, I mean, the greatest soundbite ever is, I just want to thank absolutely nobody. Like, I ain't thanking nobody. Conor McGregor for the UFC. Conor McGregor is Dana White's Michael Jordan. Like what he did for Nike. Like, it's like this dude overseas. Now, Ronda Rousey was also the cash cow. I'm not saying you had John Jones, you had Conor McGregor, you had Rampage. I mean, you had the Spider. You had a bunch of, man, at one point, UFC had bigger names than boxing. At one point, they were just pushing them out. And Dana White was like, I ain't gonna be able to maintain this monster. Let me cash out while this thing is at its height. Even though I can still be the face of it. But I'm looking forward to bare knuckle. I think that Conor McGregor putting his name to it, that's what you're supposed to do. He said, look, I'm for the threat. The UFC, they don't know we coming for him. They already know what it is. We're not hiding.
Listen, when he took a piece of bare knuckle, he sold Proper 12. He sold his liquor brand. So
which was doing incredible as well. So yeah.
It's one of those things where the combat sports world is just in a rare space. I mean, the access to it is greater than it's ever been at any point in time. And it's just, we talk about parity, it's not just the UFC anymore. I've already said it. I kind of felt for the last few years, bare knuckle has kind of stolen their thunder in that way. And as you were sitting there saying, for a period of time, they were, the UFC, not any other sport was just beating boxing over the head with a frying pan and sitting there telling them to stay down. But I mean, I still think boxing is never going to go away. You'll always have boxing fans that are going to love it. But I think when you look at bare knuckle, it's the closest thing you ever get to a real street fight, a sanctioned street fight.
Oh, you about to get, look, all bare knuckle is all you trolls out there, all you people that got something to say. I ain't got a glass jaw. I can take a punch. Well, if it connects, it's night. Ain't gonna be no.
Well, that's the case. Like, look at what happened this past week when we're talking bare knuckle. You had Austin Trout, very decorated championship boxer, wound up winning the welterweight title here in bare knuckle, vacated it, went down to fight Ben Bonner for the lightweight title. Unfortunately, didn't go his way last Friday night. But I mean, it's one of those things, man. To even get in there and try your hand at it, doesn't matter if you're a boxer or a former UFC fighter or whatever. It's just, you need to be a special type of, as you're sitting there saying, action junkie. You have to be a special type of athlete in that way to be able to compete at that level. So I put my hats off to these guys, these girls, because it takes someone special to kind of get in there and then continue to get in there. It's one thing to do it once.
Oh yeah.
But like that's
if you're a bare knuckle fighter and you lasted, I mean, I've been doing this for 10 years. I said, your face is made of steel. Because any sport you play, football, basketball, baseball, track, you're gonna take some bumps. I don't care who you are. Bare knuckle, hey man, that's the ultimate. You better learn how to bob and weave. I'm trying to tell you, because if they connect, and mind you, like I said, once again, I just give big respect to Conor McGregor, because you know how it is, Stephen. When you're the biggest name, you'll take a chance, but you won't. You'll say, well, I'm doing it, but I'm not putting my face out there, my image out there. Yeah. No, we full-fledged. Yeah, like I'm going, because Conor McGregor knows man, if I expect people to walk the same path I did to become what I did in UFC, that's not realistic. You're not gonna, because a lot of things got to go your way, from publicity, from star appeal to fight of the night, knockout of the night. But you still got to be I got to push the sport. I got to be a personality. I got to be a face. You can't maintain all those hats. And Conor can do it because he's done it. But to say, dude, and then you got to have money to invest in these things. You got to have money to pour back into yourself. Because Conor, he's like, hey, but you see how much money I make? Yeah, well, you think it's easy to maintain my life or my lifestyle? No. I got trainers cost money. Cameramen cost money,
NFL players have problem managing their money. I mean, we just had, what was it? Didn't Joe Hayden sit there said basically, he's in a bad spot now because he was living a lifestyle that wasn't conductive of what
I will say this. I know that him and Debo, Harrison. James Harrison got a podcast together. What Joe is really saying is, just because you're a pro athlete doesn't make you a financially literate person. The two things are not mutually exclusive. So what he's saying is, think about this. Think about it, Steve, the me and you on Wall Street, and we had to earn our millions. It wasn't given to us. Well, number one, I'm learning how to keep it if I was broke on, Thursday and I became a first round pick on Friday and I get my check, a month and a half later, that's a lot of money I just came into. Well, guess what? I'm still 21 years old. I still like to play video games. I still eat a bunch of candy. It's not like I'm better at life than people. I'm financially better. But when you look at the way Joe was saying, I gave my parents $2 million. Okay. I bought my parents a house. Okay. I bought myself a house. Okay. I got my parents both. I said, here's the thing. If you gave your parents $2 million, why you got to buy them a house? Why you got to buy them a car? I gave you $2 million. Period. Like, you go, but here's the thing.
That's what we talk about athletes being literate, but it's also about learning to say no to the people in your family, in your circle. Because, didn't Chris Rock said his whole family quit their jobs after he made it big, and he turned around and told them y'all better call your bosses back because I ain't the one. I ain't the one y'all working.
And the biggest disservice you're doing to your family is, okay, if the biggest check most people get every single year is income tax. That's the biggest check. Most people, I'm talking about most. And that's money you overpaid during the year. They're just giving you your money back. You're not, you overpaid $5,000, $6,000, $7,000. And you start talking about kids and dependents, what may have you. You just gave somebody $2 million. Okay. What do you think they're going to do with that $2 million? Unless you are super duper frugal, you trying to think about the future, most people gonna go crazy. You give them $2 million, they gonna lose it because they've never had that type of money before. Whereas if we are a financially literate, like if we say, hey, when I get this money, I'm trying to make it last, and you might not get a second contract. You might not even make it through your first contract. And I think that now Joe Hayden, he was an all-pro player, played for the Browns, top 10 pick, played for the Pittsburgh Steelers for a long time. You have to get used to making money. Like at a certain point, you have to get used to it. Think about it, Steven. You've been doing media stuff. I've been doing media stuff for a while. We still love it, but you have to get used to going to the press conferences, interviewing people. Yeah, you got to interview the new names. You got to interview. But if it's like, oh my God, that's Patrick Mahomes, they're not gonna let you in the press conference no more. Like that, you have to get. And when it comes to money, you say to yourself, so you mean to tell me you ain't had money for most of your life and you come into money and you lose your mind? No, your lifestyle wasn't that bad when you didn't have money. Ain't nothing wrong with, hey man, paying off the car you have, finding you a nice crib, because it's not how much money you made, it's how much money you got. Because people gonna say, didn't you make $2 million? Didn't I see you, at the unemployment office? Yeah, man. Because
why go buy the, $500,000 Ferrari when you can just rent it for a few months?
Or here's the thing. See, when I think about this, I'm trying to keep it low key, but I have a Ferrari.
It's like when we're watching the movies, replacements, and the running back is like, do you know how much insurance on a Ferrari costs M&F? No, nor should you worry about it. Like, listen, if you're only getting paid $7-8 million a year, you shouldn't be buying no Ferrari.
I'm trying to. It's and here's let's just keep it all the way funky though. You're not even buying the Ferrari for you. You're buying a Ferrari for the people that know you, so you can go pull up. Hey man, meet us over at Chili's.
That's
you
overrated.
Pull it in.
I think Chad Johnson is like the blueprint, right? The blueprint or what? All right, listen. Not everyone's going to be able to live at the facility for 2 years like Chad did at the beginning of his career. Because that is the smartest thing I've ever seen a play. Like,
now here's the thing.
You could have, and Chad Johnson, all that. The fact that he was able to live off the team for 2 years and not spend a dime as far as living goes, man, that is some
Chad Johnson. And if I was talking to Chad Ocho, I said, Chad, you also disingenuous. You was also getting endorsement money. So and that's the thing too, right? Like when people say when Marshawn Lynch and Gronk, when those guys say I didn't spend a dime, yeah, you also making endorsement money. It's like people go, well, how did they survive? They was making money in other places. Like Gronk, Gronk probably has more endorsement money. Well, he probably got more than Travis Kelce now. But I would say when it comes to money, you have to sit down with a financial advisor and you got to really listen to them. Like they're not there to help you. They're there to make sure that when your career is over, when Channing Crowder, former teammate of mine, said, yeah, man, I took the $6 million that I made, I put it in an investment account and I live off the interest. I live whatever interest it grants me every year, the $300,000-$400,000. I live off that. So I'm living off the interest that my money incurs, and my $6 million is just sitting over there. That's how you do. And we was talking to Brandon Marshall, who they all lived in the same neighborhood. I think Brandon Marshall, Fred Taylor, Reggie Wayne, Channing Crowder, all live in the same neighborhood down there in Miami. Fred Taylor, what's his name? I just had his freaking name. The freaking receiver. I just said his name.
Chad Johnson.
No. The receiver from Denver. I just said it was Chad Johnson, not Chad Johnson. Brandon Marshall. Brandon Marshall said, well, that's not enough money for me. I just bought a $10 million home. Look, and Channing just looking at him. Channing say, think about this for a second. You bought a $10 million home or whatever much it was. We live in the same neighborhood. I and my family can live off of $300K a year in the same neighborhood. If you need millions to maintain, it costs about $300,000 just to maintain my house. I'm in the wrong house. I am not spending $300K just to maintain my house. What kind of house I got? Pool man, how much is your pool man? So I think it's, Stephen, like you said, it's about getting to a place where find the richest person you know and look at how simple they are. T-shirt costs $5, jeans cost $10, shoes all dirtied up. They don't care. Why? Because man, I'm good. Like, they don't make stuff I can't afford, but I'm not. Warren Buffett and them ain't buying no Ferraris, man. You know how much Ferrari costs? What? 500. I don't know how Philadelphia traffic is, but this Georgia traffic is awful. Somebody gonna hit you just because they say I might not have $100,000 car, but I got good insurance. So I don't know. But Joe Hayden, I'm not mad at Joe, but guys are good at playing football, basketball, baseball, hockey, golf. They're not good at finances. That's why they have financial advisors. But if you have a financial advisor, listen to them. It's called, if you make $8 million a year, but you live off $500,000 a year, that means you're saving your money. And hopefully, as you get older, hey man, you live off $500,000 a year. Yeah, you live off of $500K. Hopefully, you can start living off of $250K, $100K. Because hopefully, as you get older, you don't want as much. At least that's what I thought it was. But we live in a world now to where people don't want a house. Hey man, I got 1,500 pair of shoes, and then what are you, a Foot Locker, dude? And so I just
listen. Yeah, I don't think I would ever have more than a handful pair of shoes. But
that's what it is, though, Steve. It's like not a matter of if. When people hit the big times, you making a bunch of money. They're like, Steven, man, look, man, I might treat myself a little bit more now and again. But it's like I'm still, I might have a camera crew with me when I go do interviews. So you know what I'm saying? I might, but that's employing people though. I'm paying them. They're not my friends. It ain't my mom and my brother behind the camera saying, Mom, you moving the camera. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, your empire is growing. But nah, man, I mean, in my 43 years of living, I still ain't seen a bunch of Ferraris driving. I've seen them. I've seen one or two, but I don't just, I ain't never pulled up in a.
It's the car that you see like 1 in 1,000. You know what I mean? And
do you want to?
In reality, like a lot of these guys that you're right, they don't need it. They bought it or they rented it. They did whatever so they could show their friends what they got. It's nonsense, but
yeah.
Daniel Briere's on that on that Howie Roseman kick. Well, this week kind of showed that, right? Because the move he pulled off, what he did, what he's currently doing to the Anaheim Ducks is Howie 101. For those who don't know, which I'm sure you don't, you're probably sure you haven't heard about it, right? Is that the way the NHL works is a lot of these younger guys, they're restricted free agents, right? When they're going through arbitration to kind of get to that $5, $6, $7 million range. Well, obviously after last season, the Flyers they're saying, well, we need to go all in now. So they targeted one of the Ducks forwards, right? Mm-hmm. Gave him an offer sheet, so they have until the 10th to match it. Problem is that Daniel Briere front loaded it so bad that this kid will probably, if the Ducks don't match the offer, just from Philadelphia, he will become the highest paid player in the NHL at 21 years old. But not only did they front load it to the point where his annual isn't even $1 million. All the money's in the signing bonus for that year. So he's not even counting like a high number against the cap. It's just you're going to have to pay that signing bonus. So if they don't match, they now get the next 4 first round picks from the Flyers. So in all intents and purposes, Daniel Briere sent a financial nuclear missile at the Anaheim Ducks because they're in trouble. And you're even asking guys around the league, and they're basically, one exec basically thinks it's a fireable offense on what Pat Verbeek, the Ducks general manager, has done with as far as retaining some of their talent. They still have to sign Cutter, which is, if people remember, it was the guy the Flyers drafted, didn't want him, that we did this whole little thing where we want them getting another pick out of it because Cutter didn't want to come here, right? They still haven't signed him. So
incompetence is real. I think what I'm hearing is Howie Roseman is the best example of showing people what happens when a GM is really great at what he does. Right? Like, really, because you keep on going, what? They got who? What? Then when you start seeing the Flyers in the Anaheim situation, you start realizing the GM, I guarantee, is somebody in Anaheim that was saying, dude, if you don't get this, like, you know how like you got a lower tier person saying, dude, you about to mess this up. They're going to send this offer over and you're not going to be able to counter. You're going to be looking stupid. Then we're going to have a 21-year-old, making more money than the best players in the NHL. Oh, it's not going to happen. You might want to check your email. You might want to check. Look, and like I say, incompetence at the highest level is rampant for people that don't know. Like when people start saying, "Are you telling me that the front office is directly correlated to the success of the team?" Yes, yes. And for people who don't think that, right? People who don't think that, ask the Cubs. Ask them. Like, ask him how crazy it is when you got that historic of a team and it's not happening. It is not happening. As matter of fact, there's this dude that played for the Anaheim Angels, right? Named Mike Trout. Ask him. Ask him what it's like going into the season knowing before they throw the first pitch, it's over. Done. I was the best player in baseball.
No,
I
here's
never
the
had a
thing.
first.
Did you see the one of the Angels regular meter members heard rumors that that they were entertaining trade offers for Trout coming to Philadelphia, and they asked the general manager about it, and he emphatically said he is not trading Mike Trout to Philadelphia at the trade deadline, that it's not even on the table. If you're Mike Trout at this point in time and you've watched Shohei Ohtani start his career, come, go, leave, and is now a multiple-time championship winner on another team, I'd be pretty upset if I'm Mike Trout too. I'd be like, listen, I don't care what you say. No, you better put me on the trade block now. I'm done. Because they ain't tell me a trade that Anaheim has made at any point in time in the last 5 years to make them a better team, to give them a chance to have a postseason run, to have a World Series run, because they haven't done it.
No, they haven't. And if I'm Mike Trout, I'm pissed off way before now, even before Ohtani got there. Because I'm saying to myself, dude, I get it. I was the face of baseball for many, many years. And y'all trying to hold me high. Like, people be hearing about these 10-year contracts. That's a hostage contract. Lot of money. But it's like, dude, y'all want me here. Number one, the world don't even look the same 3 years ago. It sure ain't look the same since 2020. And now I got to sit here. My suffering, number one, how much of that contract does Mike Trout actually get? The fact that he's in California, them taxes is ugly out there.
We talked about that already, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
They have way baseball players have way more working days in state than a football player would have in state. So, listen, and that's gonna get me to another point about it. Like, we getting ready for the All-Star game. A lot of people are getting their first opportunities. I mean, and we've talked about the All-Star games consistently on here for all the sports, and it's just how screwed up it is. And baseball is even weirder at times because I know you're going to think I'm homering out, but I think Zach Wheeler is absolutely right. What he's done over the 2 months' time that he's been pitching, obviously missed the first month, right?
Mm-hmm.
He's better than Sheen right now, but somehow Sheen is one of the pitchers in the All-Star game. Well, let's look at the numbers next to each other, and you want to tell me what? Someone explain to me why Zach Wheeler isn't an All-Star right now. It's up for everyone to see.
That's embarrassing.
He's got a losing winning percentage. Obviously, playing in Pittsburgh. Let's throw that out. Let's just throw the wins and losses out. Everything else, he's still significantly better. He's got a better ERA, a better WHIP. He's got less walks. I mean, what else you want from an All-Star? So they asked Zach about it this week, and his agent is not happy at all.
None of incentives, man. I mean those
exactly. We talk about it all the time in football. Like, baseball is just as bad. So when we're sitting there seeing Zach Wheeler get thrown around like this, and he's been, arguably, top 3 pitcher in baseball over the last 5 years, right? But then you get situations like this, right, where you have Kevin McConnell is going to be playing his first All-Star game in Philadelphia in his rookie season. He's from Delaware County. It's 15 minutes from his childhood home. His early memories of baseball are right at Citizens Bank Park. So there's times where baseball absolutely gets it wrong, and then there's times like that where you get it right. Not only that, we were just talking about Mike Trout. Obviously, being able to go to the All-Star game in your hometown, it's just something you can't put a dollar amount to that. Having your family and friends be able to there in the game that celebrates baseball's best. We tear the All-Star game apart. This is another one where baseball absolutely fails. But we do make sure, like we talk about it all the time. We see BS, we call BS. But when we see something right, we do something right. You see what they did for the home run derby?
No.
Here's what they're doing for whoever's going to be this year's home run derby winner. That's nice. I like that better.
That is nice. I mean, hold on. That is because let's. I will say this about baseball. The two things that baseball gets right better than any other sport is the All-Star game and the home run derby. Here's why. The home run derby is I get the slam dunk contest in basketball and all, but that's it. I don't really care about the 3-point contest. I think the thing about the home run derby is it's where the big bats come out. Like, listen, it's not like LeBron never being in the dunk contest, which that's a totally different conversation. But when you start talking about the guys, the sluggers, guys that swing for the fences, let's go. Ken Griffey Jr., huh? We're going to do it.
I still think the best one I ever seen was 96. When you had Bonds and McGuire going head to head in Veterans Stadium.
And for those people who don't understand, when you got to do swing after swing after swing, it then becomes muscle memory and technique. Because you get to swing it too hard, you're going to run out of gas. It's like, hey, man. And it's something beautiful when they start going, Chris Berman, this, back. It's beautiful. And I think that the All-Star game itself, I think the thing about baseball, if you are going to be introduced to baseball, if your grandfather or father or family member if they start you with the All-Star game, you are going, and the home run derby, you are going to be hooked. It is to have all those All-Stars under one roof, celebrating each other the way they do it, under the lights. I like when guys have like their dad pitching to them. That stuff is dope, man. Some of that stuff is just like, so yeah, I like the chain, man. I like trying to start new traditions. I don't mind that. Because saying you're a home run derby champ, I mean, Pete Alonso, baby. You know what I'm saying?
I like the fact that they didn't make it a trophy this year and they made it like a necklace medallion type thing.
Let's do it.
That's actually really cool.
I love it. I love
it. And it looks like you're gonna have Trout, Harper, and Schwarber in the home run derby.
Let's do it. Listen, Bryce Harper. I talk a lot of trash about Bryce Harper just because.
I'm gonna say, if you have those three, I need Judge, I need Yordan Alvarez, and I think that would be
Soto. What's Soto at?
I don't care. He's a New Yorker now. He's irrelevant to me.
And let me tell you something. If you don't think money matters,
he's lost in the basement. That is the National League East. That's where he is. What's up, my friend?
I'm just saying. I mean, do we play for San Diego? What's the I can't.
That's who Soto played for after.
No, who's the his name is escaping. Who's the tall shortstop? He's Dominican.
Oh, what, Manny Machado?
No. Real tall. He's like 6'4".
No,
got braids in his hair. Hold on. Do we play for the Padres? Padres shortstop. But when I say his name, I don't know why I can't get these guys' names today. No, that's not him.
It's because we overloaded with other information. That's why, brother.
Yes.
But speaking of overloaded, are you hearing the footsteps yet down there in Atlanta, brother? Because 1-2, the Phillies and Marlins are coming for you. Both teams are within 3 games of you. And the Nationals are only 5 games back. Or 6 games back, I think. The Mets aren't even on the scale, so that's why.
Yeah. We don't talk about them. Yeah, I will say this, and I'm gonna keep saying this. My biggest homer take ever, and I'm gonna keep saying it. I don't care what no one say. Top to bottom, the best division of baseball is the NL East. I don't care. What about the Dodgers and what about don't care. I just think that when you talk about the way these teams close and how no lead, unless it's the Mets, no lead is safe. The Mets, who cares? They're not gonna. But I kept. You notice I was never saying anything. I remember when the season first started, and your feelings wasn't having it. I said, dude, they're gonna figure it out. The Nationals, man, the National, So I just hope that my Braves haven't played their baseball, the best baseball they got. I still hope they still got something left for the tank. If you guys are looking for a third baseman, Austin Riley is available. You guys are looking for it. Just see. But no, I'm not. I would love to say I'm surprised, but I'm not. The NL East, man, you know how they be doing. They need to do Hard Knocks baseball edition, NL East division. Like it would be must see TV from I'm talking about from teams, the players, the personalities, the pitchers, the bats. We got it all. The NL East got it all. And I'm not saying other divisions don't, but top to bottom, it is nuts. It is nuts. But yeah, my Braves are usually better when they're scratching and clawing to get back into contention. We ain't good at holding leads, man. Now we ain't the Mets now. Not saying we that. But I knew that y'all was going. Everybody else in the division, not named the Mets, was going. Y'all was going. Come back like a freight
train. Yeah, we walking it down right now.
yeah.
Last thing on baseball, obviously, we're less than a week away from the All-Star game, less than 2 weeks away from the trade deadline, all that other stuff. Even with the ABS system, the umpires have just been terrible this season. We just watched Kyle Schwarber get thrown out because he wanted the review on a check swing and he was tossed. How you get tossed for asking for a review when that's the process of asking for a review when you don't agree with a call? I don't get it. Then we seen, I think it was like 2 days later, there was I think it was the Cubs, right? There was a thing, pitcher throws pitch. It was a full count. So if it was a ball, it was a walk. Guy goes and like they were going to do a hit and run, but the guy didn't hit. If it's a ball 4, doesn't matter what the catcher does. The player from first is automatically going to second. The umpires called him out. Then Craig Counsell gets thrown out of the game because he's arguing the decision. If it's a ball 4, it doesn't matter if he was attempting to steal the base or not. It's ball 4. He gets the base automatically. There shouldn't be a discussion there. So I mean, I think the ABS system has been an addition to it, but again, umpires are still letting their feelings get in the way. We've seen a bunch of them have already sat there and said that they're going to be retiring after the season. Let's make room for the first female umpire in Major League Baseball. Which, if these guys do go through with their retirements, it makes room for you to bring somebody like Jen in for the first time ever. We haven't had a female umpire, so I definitely want to see that.
I definitely want to see that too. I think that 2026 is a continuation. 2025, 2024. The umps in baseball, they've gotten significantly worse because some of these challenges by these catchers shouldn't even have to be a challenge. I'm like, ball. I'm like this. What? You can't. I didn't move. I didn't even move.
The fact that the catcher doesn't even move his glove and you're calling a ball. It's like, why? What are we talking about? I'm in the strike zone. I know where the strike zone is. What's going on here?
Oh, so, and the player I was Fernando Tatis. I don't know why I couldn't.
All right. Now I know what you mean now. Yeah.
Fernando Tatis is like, I would love for him to, I would say this about the home run derby. The home run derby is for 2 reasons. It's for a big name and a no name. It's always like that. It's a big name, you expect to win it. And when I say no name, I don't mean that they're not a good player. I'm saying they're not known throughout MLB like they're gonna be when they walk away. So when I use the word no name, I'm not being I'm saying you want the big name to win it, but that no name, you start going, uh-oh. You start getting close to 17, 18 home runs in a round. Yeah. Gonna be hard to catch those time because they got that rhythm. So, but I'm looking forward to listen, number one, the umps in baseball. I'm gonna keep saying this until the umps can get disciplined financially, and I'm not saying they can't, there is no incentive to do better. When players, players and managers, they get thrown out. Some of these umps are sensitive. God, you can't say nothing to them. Like, dude, you calling an awful game. You're deciding games. You don't know what you're doing. That's what it is. Every ump, you have to take a review and have to take a test of the rule book every year. And if you fail, you can't be up there yet. Because some of y'all, I'm like, you're going to make mistakes if you aren't up. I'm not saying that, Steven. Human error is a part of it.
Exactly.
Some of this stuff, though, I'm like, this is the best umps in the world? Really? That guy? No.
Yeah, man.
Because now people coming to the ballpark saying, who's upping today? Angel. Who? Oh, I'm just telling you.
I don't even think these umpires are as bad as or probably worse than Angel Hernandez, man.
And that's saying something. And that is Angel. Angel is somewhere going, these umps are awful. God, they can't see it all.
He's probably happy they're going to stop talking about me finally. Awesome.
Exactly. And there's two things with umps. They should get fined. You got to do an eye exam. Got to do that. Got to make sure you can see. LASIK, whatever you need. And you got to review the rule book. We got to make sure you know. Because I don't know if some of them know. Like, some of them, I'm like, dude, what are you doing? Like, you can't. Craziness. And they got to go to sensitive training. Like sensitivity training classes, and some of y'all get sensitive. Just saying.
Yeah, they be in their feelings too much. I'm gonna just say that they be in their feelings way, way, way too much for somebody who's supposed to be managing.
Yes.
Basically what 20 some players, right? They're controlling the fate of 20 some players at that point. Like you can't be in your feelings about none of it. Now, speaking of being in feelings. We're going to have to talk about the ultimate meltdown that is Brandon Ayuk at this point.
Oh, my God.
At this point in time, I don't care who he's been talking to or if he even is talking to anybody in the Commanders organization. I don't think there's anybody with a 20-foot pole that wants anything to do with Brandon Ayuk at this point in time. And it's all his own doing. We thought Antonio Brown's meltdowns were bad. His self-destruction of his own career at this point in time needs to be studied for future athletes because this is a how-to manual on how to railroad a multi-million-dollar sports career. Because, I mean, listen, I get it sometimes when bridges are burned. Getting upset that your general manager is showing up to your house unannounced to try to resolve some type of situation, find some common ground to see how you guys are moved forward, regardless of you on the team or off the team. Calling them pedophile, like what are you doing? Like who wants to sign up for that? That's why, as bad as the AJ Brown situation here is in Philadelphia, he didn't go full nuclear. He made it known to his teammates, the team, etc. But he didn't go out there making all these posts and doing all this extra stuff. What Brandon Ayuk has done is just beyond me. I don't see him being on any team at any point in time during this season, regardless of what he feels or thinks is going to happen. And I'm not going to sit there and say like he's gotten some mental issues going on or anything like that. I'm not the one to sit there and say I don't know how he was acting before he was a professional athlete, but this is going to end up being a cautionary tale for young athletes moving forward.
Brandon Ayuk, entire reputation is shot. Brandon Ayuk is a disgruntled professional athlete. It's going to happen every year. Brandon Ayuk thought he had leverage. And all Brandon Ayuk had to do is go up to the facility, pass the physical, and they would have cut him. They would have let him go on about his day. Now he's saying things like they voided my guarantees. No, you voided them. You know how thick an NFL contract is? It's so much language in it. It's a part in the contract that say conduct detrimental to the team. Ask Terrell Owens. He didn't know that Andy Reid could do that till he did, right? I think a situation like Brandon Ayuk, I think you said it right, Steven. It's a cautionary tale of what not to do. The title of Brandon Ayuk book should be "What the Hell," because you number one, people make mistakes. You tweet something out, you delete it, you do damage control, you go and say I'm sorry. Brandon Ayuk, number one. I've seen more videos of you of pulling out money, throwing it on the ground. First, you're gonna be a commander, then you talking trash to Jaden Daniels, and Jaden Daniels I'm following you, and y'all play together in Arizona State. It's crazy. It's crazy. But let me tell you why you know it's really over. When John Lynch, general manager of the San Francisco 49ers, comes to your house, he's coming to your house and say, Brandon, ain't no cameras around. I'm not trying to make a big deal. What are you doing? Like, what are you doing? Because there are 30 other teams, not named the Commanders and not named the 49ers, who probably would have wanted your services. Number one, let's just call it what it really is. Brandon, you nice, but you ain't that nice. Like, you're a good receiver, right? But the last time you played football was, what, 2 years ago? So you don't even know how your body going to hold up. Number two, you're not going to win coming at front offices. You're not going to win like that. It's like this. You don't think that Howie Roseman called John Lynch and like, hey, man, you good? Y'all good out there? You know, y'all, because, Steven, think about this. We're all in the content creation, podcasting environment world, which means there isn't any podcast or a content creator that we don't have access to, or we shouldn't be able to have some type of, communication with. I don't care who they are. Pat McAfee, I don't care. Joe Rogan. We all in the same thing. What do you think would happen, Steven, if me and you, we say, we're going to do, our podcast is called Podcast of Trash. All we do every week is come on a podcast and trash podcasting. People going to be like, why? Exactly. Why are y'all wasting y'all time doing that? Because people are going to believe at a certain point that we got a problem. Guess what, Brandon Ayuk? People believe you got a problem, a serious one. And every time you open up your mouth, number one, you coming at people, you calling people certain things, that's character assassination. You could get sued for that, right? Number two, do you even want to play football? Like, it looked like you don't want to play football no more. Like, think about this, Steven. You are the owner of the 49ers. You think, hey, man, let's give him his guaranteed money and send him home. Hell no. He ain't getting another dime from me. Take me to court. Make me give it to you. Tell the NFLPA to make me give it to you. Because I don't know what happened in San Francisco.
He ain't never getting it now. I think the 49ers are getting cap credit because of what he's done at this point in time. 49ers like, please keep saying more stupid stuff. That's less we got to pay you.
He's a Brandon Ayuk. Let me tell y'all y'all 90s babies something. Right? Because we the 80s babies. The 80s babies was the last generation to go outside and play. Parents had to make us come in the house. We were the last generation till we know everybody in our neighborhood. We actually went out. We actually watched cartoons, went outside on the weekends, drunk out the hose pipe. We did all that. The 90s babies was that y'all was the kind of the start of this technological world. Cell phones. We had cell phones. Y'all got smartphones. We had VCRs and DVDs. Y'all got, tablets and all other kind of stuff. What am I saying? Y'all, we were the last generation that knew life does not revolve around us. This new generation, I'm like, dude, we can see you. Brandon Ayuk has gotten more popularity from negativity than anything. Most people didn't even know he played for the 49ers. Now they do. Most people didn't know he played receiver. Now they do. Now they're saying, what are you doing, Brandon? I don't know if your NFL career is going to continue. I don't know if any team is going to touch you, because why would they believe that you're going to do right? Why would they believe that you're going to do right? Right? I don't. So he had an opportunity to come back to the 49ers, pass the physical, get cut, possibly become a commander. and the rest is history. Now, this is gonna be you Brandon, you gotta play for the 49ers. You good? Yeah, I'm good. No, you just sent out a tweet or whatever you be doing. So it's sad to say the least, Steven, but you're not gonna beat this machine. The NFL is a machine. The 49ers are a part of the 32-team machine. You benefited from the 49ers more than the 49ers benefit from you. You don't believe how many Super Bowls they won with you, Brandon? Oh, that's right. How many offensive players of the year? Oh, that's right. First team all pros. Oh, that's right. So they're gonna move. They got Ricky Pearsall. Shoot, they got Mike Evans in the building.
Yeah, they got Mike Evans. They don't need anything from Brandon at this point in time. Nothing.
Yeah, so Brandon, I don't know whoever your friend is that cannot tell you the truth, or your family member that cannot tell you the truth. Whoever is advising you to do that, fire them and fire yourself. And it's not helping.
He already fired his agent because he lost part of his bonuses.
And the agent said, the agent was like, "So what you expect me to do? I negotiated the bonus for you. You messed it up because you won't stop." Let me tell you something. If you look back in your career and you say, you mean to tell me your demise was because of social media, because you couldn't stop posting? Oh, that's not the case. No.
Now, let's talk a little basketball. We are going to get to LeBron James in a second. Obviously, the big news over the last week, there's been a lot of trades. Giannis going down there in Miami. Jaylen Brown to the Sixers has to be the biggest surprise of them all. First off, let's talk about Paul George. He is now the most expensive basketball player of all time. In his career, he has been traded for more than 7 first-round draft picks. 7. So, hats off to Paul George. Like, regardless of where you guys think he is as a all-time player or not, he got paid, and he is extremely valued by teams around the NBA. So first off, I'm going to say this much: this has been the wildest NBA offseason that we've seen.
It's been nuts. I'm about to say
I can't even name anything other crazier other than the year that LeBron went to Miami, right? Now, that part being said, let's talk about this because the rumor was that he wasn't coming back. We talked about this before with Marvin, and he thought that there was a whole lot of posturing. Well, it's not posturing. According to NBA's number one insider there, that Sixers are one of the 3 teams in the top hierarchy to sign LeBron James.
I'm just saying.
Those other teams include the aforementioned Miami Heat, the Cleveland Cavaliers, and obviously the Golden State Warriors, I think, is a play in there. Now, let's be honest. If we're talking about fits for LeBron James, it has to be Philadelphia is the smartest move. Me and you've already talked about why this is the smartest move over a year ago when we were just hypothetically talking about situations, right? If LeBron James can deal with Miami, he could deal with LA, he could deal with Philadelphia. But if he brings a championship to Philadelphia, listen, we talk about the LeBron, what we call them, the LeBron sexuals, whatever. If he happens to gain the Philadelphia fan base in his push to become arguably the GOAT of basketball, he's going to have himself an army of people that are going to support him. Let's say he signs a 2-year, arguably, let's just hypothetically, signs a 2-year contract. He either wins 1 or 2 NBA champ. He's going to have the freaking statue here too. He may be a player that'll have 3 different statues in 3 different stadiums in 3 different cities. If he's able to do that, I think Philadelphia's the best match because you have Maxey, you have Edgecombe, you have Brown. You already have a big 3 here.
Yeah, I'm gonna tell you why. Here's why I think he picks. Here's why I think he picks Philly. I already did it in Cleveland. I already did it in Miami. Right? Yes, he would love to play with Giannis. Nobody on God's green earth is signing up to play with James Harden. I don't care what no one says. want to play with no James Harden, man. And here's the thing, right? LeBron at the current juncture in his life is saying, hey, man, I won in LA. Well, that's been done. I've won in Cleveland. Well, that's never been done until we did it. I added to what Miami had done because D-Wade had already won the championship and the MVP with Shaq. But I did add 4 straight champs to the final. We won 2 out of 4. Philadelphia. And I mean this humbly. I know what the Knicks mean to the NBA. I know what Boston, I know what the Lakers, not the Clippers, means to the NBA. The 76ers is right there. They are right. They ain't those 3, but they right there. And what happens is Charles Barkley, Dr. J, and all I'm saying is LeBron is saying, all right, I got about 2, maybe 3 more. I give him 2 at the least, 3 at the most. I don't think he'll go past that. Jaylen Brown is pissed. For the people that don't know, he do not like the fact that he got traded to now. And Stephen A., please be quiet. Like, you ain't validating nothing because Jaylen Brown got you. Well, did I tell y'all? Number one, they was gonna trade Jaylen Brown to Miami for Giannis straight up. MVP for Finals MVP for Finals MVP. Jaylen Brown is a hooper, people. I know you might not like his stances on social media, but don't listen to him. You might not like everything he does on the court. Jason Tatum got a championship. Do we got an MVP? No. And guess what? Just because you got Giannis don't mean you go. I mean, just because it's just gonna be you down there. But I will say this. This is why I thought it was gonna always be the 76ers. LeBron likes superpower teams. Either he's trying to make it a superpower or he's trying to go to one. LeBron say the 76ers, right? I'm not gonna use that P word because that's not allowed in Philly. LeBron go to Philly and win it? What? LeBron go to Philly? Let me tell you something. The gold conversation, whatever, it's never gonna stop. I get it. But people don't want to talk about LeBron and his 40s and Mike and his. They don't want to do that. Oh no, we don't want to go that far. We don't want to go Wizards compared to. So I think Steven, this is another reason why I said Steven. Okay, the team I root for in college is Florida State. My best friend name is BJ. I root for the University of Florida. He root for Florida State. I'm sorry, he root for Florida State. I'm University of Florida. One year, Florida didn't make a bowl game. BJ was laughing. I said, BJ, don't laugh because Florida State might make a bowl game. What happened the next year? Florida State didn't make a bowl game, right? There's a man by the name of Stephen Rychel. I don't know if y'all have ever heard of him before. He is the biggest pro Philly teams, period. The Flyers, the 76ers, the Eagles, the Phillies. Not only is LeBron James going to be a 76er, but Stephen going to be right there to interview him. I guarantee it. Stephen going to be like, so LeBron. And guess what? Listen. Was it on Shrek when they was like, I'm a believer? I'm telling you, this is what happened. Stephen was going through the NBA. He going, oh, okay. Oh, man, Giannis, God dang, Giannis going to the Heat. Oh, shoot. Kawhi, he going back to the Raptors. Oh, man, Ball going out there to Minnesota. LeBron opt out. Uh-oh. Oh, he ain't going back? Then Rich Paul, Rich Paul and Shams and all the boys saying he got his top 10. He don't got 10 teams, by the way. That's a lie. He don't got 10 teams. He had 3. Cleveland, Miami, and then Steve like, what's third? 76.
Yeah, I shut up. I ain't gonna lie. I was like, oh no, here we go. And my only thing is like, look, I know what he brings on the court. My only thing is I don't want the freaking circus. I don't want the media circus and all that. That's what I don't want. But at this point in time, we have seen so much losing and almost being there and unfulfilled promises and wishes from this organization. If bringing LeBron James in is what gives them their first championship since 1983, so
it's gonna be. It's gonna. Let me tell you something. It started with Jaylen Brown because LeBron seemed like when I saw Jaylen Brown to the 76ers, I said, "What? Jaylen Brown?" Because number one, Jaylen Brown is a hooper. He already got at one point. Jaylen Brown was only going to the finals, to the freaking Eastern Conference Championship. So that's all he knew at a certain point. Jaylen Brown was sick of Tatum. Because I'm gonna tell you something, people. And is Tatum better than Jaylen Brown? Yeah. Do Jaylen Brown believe that? No.
And that's what they're sitting there saying. Like he was being posturing himself as the smartest man in the room, and that it was rubbing people the wrong way. If you know what you know, you ain't gonna be silent about it.
Facts.
I want somebody who
I am just
go ahead.
Steven, look, this is what I want. This is the selfishness of me. Don't nobody want to see LeBron back in Cleveland, but Cleveland fans, be quiet. Y'all already ain't nobody trying to go back to Miami. You go back to Miami because maybe you can get the house you had down there, real nice weather, the no state tax. I get it. I'm gonna tell you who wanted to be a 76er, but may he rest in peace. Oh, Kobe wanted to be a 76er. He wanted to. He went to the Lakers. We get it.
It's this close.
LeBron, listen, Philadelphia will be on fire. LeBron James comes to Philly because LeBron said, remember when the East was down, when LeBron was going all the shit? Oh, well, the East is just down. Okay. LeBron leaves, goes to the West. The Raptors winning, right? With Kawhi. Then he get to beat, then you had, Golden State and what they was doing. Now he's coming back to the East. He's saying, listen, but I'm coming back to the East. I want to be the beast of the East. Mm-hmm. I think LeBron comes to Philly because love Jaylen Brown and, you know what I'm saying? I mean, Joel Embiid and those guys.
He completes a lineup that would make
it's gonna be ugly.
That might be probably the best on paper lineup that we've ever seen. Joel Embiid, Maxey, VJ Edgecombe, Jaylen Brown, and LeBron James would be your starting five.
People talking, the only team. I mean, I know how much respect he got for Golden State and Steph and Draymond and those guys. I know how much respect he got for those guys.
But also, you got to remember that he's already said that Tyrese Maxey is his best favorite young guard in the NBA right now. Not only that, is Maxey's management team is who again? Oh, Rich Paul. That's right.
I'm trying, and all I'm saying is, I don't know what show it was, about 2 or 3 shows ago. I said nobody moves the needle like LeBron. He is still the biggest piece on the chessboard. That's not taking nothing away from Luka or SGA or Jokic or Giannis. Or, or all these big time, Jalen Brunson and all these players, right? That's taking, and Wemby, when LeBron walks in the room, Wemby and Jokic and SGA, right? And all those guys, I said, whoa, LeBron here? I know, what's up, baby? Like, if it's like this, Steve, if LeBron is walking up to your table, what's up, man? This the wife and kids, ain't? What's up, man? Can I talk to you for a second? Yeah, we just sat down to eat, baby. Can I have about 15 minutes to go talk? Yeah, because it's bright. I hope he goes to Philly because people be thinking, hey, man, the stars be coming out of New York. Watch them 76ers home games. Just watch. That go Will Smith, that go Kevin Hart, that go Mike Trout. If he can catch one, he gonna be that go Bradley Cooper, you know what I'm saying? That go Don Staley, Duke Staley. That go Randall Cunningham. That go Jalen Hurts. That go Devonta Smith. That go Jalen Carter, man. Listen, I know you had a situation where you walked up to the little streamer. You too big for streamers, man. You don't want to go on nobody's stream. You Jalen Carter. Let the window up on me. I don't care. You two, come on, man. Like, we need to get past. You're not a clout chaser. You're a Super Bowl champ. That's a streamer. Stop it. He disrespected me. No, he didn't. He let the window up on you. That's content, man. Come on. But yeah, I want to see those Philadelphia Meek Mill, you know what I'm saying? Like Gilly. Oh my God.
Gilly might go nuts. Gilly might
have a heart attack. So yeah, man. I do hope we go to Philly because when you start talking about
I don't have a horse in the race. If he's here, great. If he's not, it is what it is. But
it's gonna be breaking.
If that happens, I think you immediately have to look at the Sixers. We talked about Giannis making the Heat an immediate contender. LeBron, after the trade that was made, coming to Philadelphia where he wouldn't even have to be the third option. He wouldn't even be the third scoring option on this team. That's the crazy part about it. Where LeBron could just kind of lean back and just be like, when things start falling off is when I'll just put a little pressure on. And I think it's a situation where you would have to ask the least amount from him.
Yeah.
We're all basically his presence and what he does on the floor is all he would really have to do to help propel this team to a potential, NBA finals.
Everybody's watching right now. So everybody say, "Oh, don't nobody care where LeBron goes." Oh, yes, they do, because when people say, "LeBron just ring chasing," well, isn't everybody? Isn't everybody trying to chase a ring?
I don't think we should have, like, this is what I sat there and said. He's in a unique spot where I don't care how many rings he's won, that's not going to get him in that GOAT conversation. But if he winds up winning 4 different championships in 4 different cities, that puts him in a area, regardless of how many more years he played than Michael Jordan, it'll put him in a special area because no one's ever done that.
And once again, it shows, I'm going to say, if he goes to Philly and he wins one, dude, he's going to be 42 years old. And people, I get it. LeBron James is kind of like the Dallas Cowboys. You just get sick of
getting thrown down your throat. Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
But I think that he's already beloved in Cleveland. He's already beloved in LA. He's already beloved in Miami. He want that Philly love, baby. Literally.
It's like I said, it's a different, like,
and
he may have
y'all
people
got the
here
fan,
that
what's y'all
don't
song?
really care for
What's
him
y'all
right
fan
now.
base song?
He puts on that Sixer blue. He gonna figure it out.
Power forward. Number 23. Steven gonna play. Yes.
Like I said, I'm indifferent on it, but I'm not against it. it.
Yeah.
It's one of those things where
it's so much respect for Philadelphia for him to say that they his top
LeBron
three.
would be literally the cherry on top of the sundae at this point in time. I think that
I can already see it. LeBron James, he walking up in the cheesecake. Like, man, what type of cheesecake do I need? Jalen be like, oh man, the type of cheesesteak you need is just right here. You know what I'm saying? Oh, for real? Yeah.
You got to remember, he's already has good relationships with a bunch of the players on a few of the current Philadelphia teams. Jalen Hurts being one of them. Jalen Hurts is one of his biggest sports figure fans on social media is LeBron James. So
can LeBron James? They ain't gonna do it. I'm not saying they're gonna do it. Can LeBron James get it
for him to come here? I honestly agree with what you were sitting there saying. I think that Cleveland and Miami are just names on the table to fill up space. That the only real competition right now is between the Warriors and the Sixers. That's it. Those are the only two teams.
I think it's LeBron. I'll tell you what, LeBron. Listen, come to the Sixers. And when you unveil your new shoe, they're gonna say, "Oh, shoot, that's a cleat. I got a football cleat now." It'll sell out. LeBron James football cleats, I'll buy a pair. I'm not gonna wear them. I'm just saying. I just think Philly meets everything he wants.
Yeah,
fan base,
the right market, the right amount of noise, the right. Here's the thing: everyone's sitting there saying he wouldn't be able to handle the fans. I think he would.
Yeah, I think he would.
He would. I don't think it would be a problem. Like, yeah, we're going to hold him accountable, but you have to think he's going to be the 4th or 5th star on that team. He's not going to be the guy, right? So it's one of these look. I think it's a perfect fit. I don't know if it's going to happen. We're going to see what's going to happen over the next week or two. If he does become a Sixer, if he becomes a Sixer, it's going to be madness here in Philadelphia.
Yeah, I'm trying to tell you, cancel. Listen, cancel Christmas.
Cancel Christmas. I got you. But speaking of big men moving around, did you see that?
Yes.
That Patrick Ewing, who was an assistant, an assistant for the Knicks last season, has now taken a job with the Washington Wizards. I like the move, but by the Wizards, if you ask me, you need to have a guy like Patrick around those boys like that. It's he's going to give them invaluable knowledge that I think will help them. We'll see if the Washington Wizards are going to be a better basketball team this coming season. But Patrick Ewing on the bench definitely helps the Wizards' chances, in my opinion.
He helps a guy in Anthony Davis understand that his impact on the basketball floor is going to be more meaningful the closer he plays to the basket, and he can learn to play with his back to the basket. I don't know if DeAndre Ayton has went over to the Wizards yet. I don't know who can help DeAndre Ayton. I don't know who can help him at this point. You're 7 feet tall, man, and sometimes you ain't even on the floor. Like, how many points you gave me? None. Oh my God! So I do like the move. I think a guy like Patrick Ewing realized his impact on the big man, and could he help revamp some of these guys? These 6'11", 7-foot guys slapping their hands at the 3-point line. Get down there, man. So I'm looking. Yeah, I thought it was a good move. And once again, it only added to the craziness of this NBA free agency offseason. It was trade deadline. It was
I don't remember an offseason I've talked about the NBA more than this year. I mean, the moves, the trades, the draft, all of it. I think it's exactly what the NBA needed.
Yeah.
A lot of people felt that bubble year really hurt the NBA a lot. And I think where they're at right now, the parity we've seen over the last 8 years, I think this is all good for basketball in a time where
it's what we love. It's what we love. Listen, and once again, everybody right now is in suspense, waiting to see what the king is going to do. And when he does do it, the power shift is going to wherever he goes. He Thanos. You know what I'm saying? Right now, I got all the stones. So now I like I say, the basketball fan in me hope he goes to Philly because he want that Philly love, man. And he knows I went in Philly. What they gonna say? Every New York fan, Philly. You think Philly fans like New York fans? Case Philly, the state of Pennsylvania don't like.
I would just say this: after the Knicks winning a championship, if the Sixers in that offseason go and land Jaylen Brown and LeBron James, I think it might be the first year that in a long time that you would have a defending championship not be a favorite.
I'm trying to tell you, the balance of power has shifted. Yeah, I mean, LeBron made it to the second round. LeBron made it to the second round of the playoffs without Luka. Without him. So he's not going to be SGA in them, right? You talk about Jaylen Brown, man.
I already said, if you look at how that plays out, he fits into the 4 that they have already starting in a way that makes it what you were just sitting there saying. It makes Joel just listen, stay at the bottom end. We don't need you up here no more. We don't need you up here anymore. We got JB, we got VJ, we got Maxey. We good. You just stay down there, get rebounds and make it up.
But the greatest thing that LeBron gonna bring to Philadelphia is to the team and just to sit. LeBron is not good. LeBron refuses to look his age. Like, I'm not gonna look 41, 42. I'm gonna be getting up and down the court, and that's what I think. And then if I got all this youth around me, remember when Kobe was in his last All-Star game? He like, man, I'm out here with all these young legs out here dunking and catching alleys, man. Like being around this young energy, And I think for LeBron wants Philadelphia to know, hey, man, I do this for real, man. Like, if I can survive,
it would put a stamp on his legacy that I don't think anyone could talk away. You can't sit there and say, but this, but that.
Okay. Well, I give you the one but. We mentioned he might play 2 years, might pay 3. Just say he signs a 3-year deal. He plays 2 years in Philly. What if he go back to back?
Listen, I don't like putting the number. Yeah, I've won X amount of championships. That makes me the best. No, because if that's the case, it's Bill Russell or Robert Horry.
Exactly. Right? Which I've never been. Everybody wants to talk about Mike going winning 6, never
He was
losing.
6-0 in NBA Finals. That's almost impossible.
It is. But what happens is, I mean, Mike beat Detroit when they was old. Mike never had to beat. I mean, Mike never had to beat prime Lakers, the prime Celtics with Bird.
He didn't beat prime Celtics.
So
he beat down his first NBA championship. He beat down a worn down Magic Johnson.
I mean, here's the thing: when LeBron got drafted, we had flip phones, Blackberries, sidekicks, DVDs, CDs,
iPods.
Now we got iPads, we got tablets, we got smartphones, and all I'm saying is, a guy that got drafted in 2003 is 2026, and he's still how that is staying power.
And that's why I'll continue to say he is the NBA's Iron Man. As Cal Ripken is the baseball, LeBron is the basketball.
Yeah.
I still don't think that takes him out of the GOAT conversation. Yeah,
I just Philadelphia means if I win a chip, that's a statue, baby.
It's cementing a legacy on a top 5 all-time career. I mean, you can make argument that top 1, 2, whatever. I get that, but it's going to be. We'll see.
I just want to get the Philadelphians out there saying, and for those of you who say, yeah, you got to know about Philly, it's Philadelphia, buddy. It's the Philadelphians you got to know. I want to get Stephen Rychel randomly walking on the street or something, and whatever the news is, hey man, how you feel about it? He's like, and Stephen go, are you crazy? We just got LeBron. Are you crazy, lady? Like, I'm not even gonna try to act like this is normal. Hell yeah. I mean, I'm gonna talk trash because I'm a 76ers fan regardless. But LeBron James is gonna be wearing them 76ers colors. Man, stop it. What AI at? Where he at? Do we got 2 or 3 minutes a game? Just put up a couple of just saying. Nice. I'm looking forward to
it. Last basketball topic, right? Before we go back to some football real quick, is I want to know who's your top 5 most feared enforcers of basketball all time was. Is it Oak?
Oh, top 5 most feared enforcers? Wow.
Is it Mason? Is it Lambier?
Yeah. I would go. Is
it Ben Wallace? Like who's some of your most feared basketball enforcers?
My number one. Anthony Mason is definitely there. Lambier is definitely there. Rasheed is definitely there. Ben Wallace is number 1. I think he was the most feared. And if I had to do a 5th, enforcers though, like Lambier, yes. Ben Wallace, yes. Anthony Mason, yes. Rasheed Wallace, both Rasheed and Ben Wallace, yes. If I had to do a 5th, oh man, so many guys that played.
Put the worm on there or no? Or he wasn't.
Yeah. You know what?
I think the only one was missing.
I'm not gonna do the worm. You know what I'm gonna do? The worm is easy. I'm gonna give me Meta World Peace, man. I think that Ron Artest at one point, hey, and now this is a different type of enforcer. If I'm going guard, I will go to glove as an enforcer because that's what he was known for. But yeah, the worm, it's Ben Wallace to me is the epitome of an enforcer. That's all he was there for. I am not him and Dennis Robb. I'm here to rebound. I am here to guard. And I am here for the smoke. Like, that's what I'm here to do. I don't want, and some could say Draymond Green as far as like today's enforcer to have that type of, but
he's like a cat in my opinion.
Yeah, I would.
He's just that guy that consistently gets under your skin and gets you to act out of character.
Yeah,
That's what I think Draymond Green is.
Ben Wallace was them Detroit Pistons teams, man. I mean, a big shot, Chauncey Billups, Rasheed. Yeah, man. And we didn't give enough credit to Rasheed and Ben Wallace on the same team. Oh my God. So
all I gotta say is, in reality, that's what Detroit is, a bunch of enforcers.
whoa, I'm sorry. What am I doing? The number one enforcer was Dikembe. That was the number one. And he even I would go, I got to give, because he was a good player, but he was known for being. So I'm sorry, Dikembe, man. You rest in peace, man. Give me that, Mr. Dikembe. Mutombo.
I didn't consider him an enforcer, but he was just one of those guys where he would find a way at the worst times to just disrupt your scoring.
Yes.
And that's why that's why I really wanted that 0-1 Sixers team to win. It was because of AI and Dikembe. Because I think that those are both guys that I felt in that era probably should have won championships. Just the Lakers were the Lakers, and there wasn't nothing you could have done about that, So
yeah, I mean, what somebody say,
Dikembe won't be an enforcer, but Dikembe is one of my top 5 centers of all time, just because he made an impact on the game that was special. I was glad that I was able to meet him, get a picture with him, get his autograph, at a fan meet and greet here in Philadelphia before he passed. So I thought it was funny because I had one of those action figures that I was going to have him sign. He was going nuts over it. He was like, "Where did you find this?" I'm like, "eBay." He was just astonished that those things were there. He had his PR people take a picture before we wound up taking ours and all that stuff. So he was a gentle giant for sure. But yeah, again, just my personal take. Outside of the enforcer, one of the best shot blockers of all time.
I mean, another enforcer too, man. I mean, I could put him in there as Lonzo Mourning. He was an enforcer, no doubt.
Yeah, Mo was. I think Mo was more of an enforcer than shot blocker. He was a disruptor. Mo was fun to watch, man. Mo was fun to watch. So, gonna get into some football here, and couple fun ones, couple lists, couple things to talk about. They're breaking down our top 10 coaches in the NFL. Who's missing? Can you tell me who's missing?
Dan Campbell, Andy Reid. Oh, you already know. They doing it. Wait, I mean, where the Philadelphia? Where Philly at, baby?
That's what I was gonna say. Look,
why
is Dan Campbell number one? First,
I'm about to say Dan Campbell is number one. Who made
Mike
this?
McDonald, after winning the Super Bowl last year, absolutely should be on the list. Sean McVay absolutely should be on the list.
Kyle Shanahan should be on the list. He shouldn't be on number 4. He should be way down there. Mike
Vrabel goes to one Super Bowl and he's on the list. Sean Payton's at least won one.
I would say
I'll give Mike Vrabel being on the list because he's won Coach of the Year. Same thing with D'Amico Ryans. But D'Amico Ryans has one down there in
why is John Harbaugh Jim? What are we doing?
So I'm just gonna say it's obvious that the Nick Sirianni hate is out in full force, and I get it, dude. But they use the same excuse to talk him away that they talk Jalen's things away, right? Oh, well, he has a super team around him. He's got great coaches. That's why he does what he does. He's not a play caller. He's not an offensive mind. He's not a defensive mind. He's just a manager of men. Well, sometimes that's all you need your head coach to be.
Number. Hold on. Here's the thing, right? I go. Y'all are saying things that are actually beneficial. Y'all are not saying things that are negative. Like, it's so easy to say when he wins it. Well, no, he got the best general manager in sports. He might have the best owner in sports. When you look at what he does on and away from the field, he has a team that he puts together. He doesn't put his team to be built around one guy. He has it to where if injuries happen, Nick Sirianni has to survive in Philadelphia and coach in Philadelphia. And he's not a top 10 coach. But Harbaugh is? Dan Campbell? Okay. But it doesn't, I mean, I don't like it. Rankings rankings get on my nerves just like comparisons get on my nerves. When we see a play, say, oh, that running back remind me of Saquon Barkley. No, he don't. Yeah, he don't. No. Saquon Barkley jump over people backwards. No. Saquon Barkley's right for 2,000 yards.
Here's the thing about it, right? That gets me about the Nick Sirianni thing. Do you know he is ranked top 5 all time as far as winning percentages for head coaches? Top 5. And he's not a top 10 coach in the NFL? Stop.
Yep. I mean, once again, it's the bias.
The revenge tour. All I'm gonna say is the Eagles' revenge tour is gonna be sweet this year. Granted, I think we got an easy road compared to the last few years. The 7th easiest schedule. Everyone talking negative about the quarterback. Everyone talking negative about the head coach. The defensive players are already talking about Vic Fangio because Zach Baum basically saying that Vic is taking the defense to a whole another level this year, and we haven't even gotten to OTAs yet.
Mm-hmm.
So, y'all can sit there and continue to doubt this team, continue to doubt the men that are producing and helping this franchise be what they are today. What you're doing is keep giving them billboard material to do what they do anyways. Y'all sitting there voted Jalen Hurts the most hated man in sports. How y'all hate on that man? I don't get it. I don't. Look, Tom Brady stuff I get because of the way he used to go about things. Used to rub people the wrong way. Jalen he is the most humble, ho-hum superstar you could ever come across.
Yep.
The dude's getting $51 million this season. He still lives in the house that he was living in before he became a pro athlete. So come on, guys, stop with this. It's just one of those things I just have to point and laugh at because when you're going to give this team more billboard material when they have one of the 7th easiest schedules, and then sitting there saying that they're not one of the teams that are favored to make a deep playoff run, it's just laughable to me. I'm like, keep saying this nonsense, guys. I want you to keep giving them stuff that they can just hang up on the bulletin board before they walk out on the practice field, before they get on a flight, etc. Keep doing it.
Oh, once again, I don't know why people keep giving Philadelphia ammunition. They don't need any, man. Like, leave them alone. Jalen Hurts. Everybody say he went to Devonta Freeman when he didn't go to AJ Brown's, and he also ain't go to the White House. He'll be all right. This man is doing. I look at him doing. The Jalen Hurts Foundation, the YMCA's, the Boys Girl Clubs. If Jalen Hurts is not the type of individual you want to be associated with or be around, what are you doing in your life?
And we even talked about it Monday because right as we were doing our show last week, Jeffrey Lurie was given the Stuart Scott Award for everything that the Eagles have done with the Eagles Autism Foundation. So it's one of these things, man, where they're doing everything right, and y'all keep just throwing stuff at them. It's gonna make what they do even better. So I just point and laugh, and I want people to continue to doubt us. I don't listen. The you don't like us, we don't care thing is never more true than what we're seeing.
That's why I'm saying that. That's another reason why I think LeBron's. Boy, they can't wait to put LeBron there. You don't like us, we don't care. You think LeBron? I know you don't like me, but watch what I do. It's gonna be on.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So here's a fun one for you, right? Let's take these 4 superstars and you send them back to 1970. Who do you think is the most dominant? In my opinion, it's Myles Garrett. Lamar Jackson would be absolutely murdered in the 70s.
He would have been murdered.
I'm going Myles Garrett because he would have been able to get away with everything.
I'm gonna go Myles. I will go Myles Garrett, but I think Jamar Chase, man. The way Jamar Chase ain't even people like when people finally meet him in person, he's not a big dude. He like 5'11", like 190. He's not the biggest guy, but he ferocious the way he plays. Myles Garrett was built in a lab. Like, that big, that fast, that strong, that explosive, and he can bend that corner, man. Like, he can bend it like nobody's business. He was built.
I thought that was special in Bruce Smith, but way Miles do it, man.
Yeah, it's nice, man. It's pretty to watch, and like I say, Myles Garrett must have done something pretty incredible in his life for him. For let's face it, he got about 3 or 4 more years left. He get to go out there. He get to say, "Hey, man, I get to go from Cleveland to Los Angeles." Now my checks ain't gonna be as big, but I can. Yeah,
he's like, but I'll be playing in January, getting extra checks.
I mean, Sean McVay was like, "Let's go, let's do it, let's get him on the first train."
I definitely think the Rams should be the favorite in the NFC, but the fact that I think the Eagles obviously aren't as good when you lose an AJ Brown, but when you go bring a Mekhi Lemon in, when you go get a Eli Stokes, who's basically another quarterback on the field because most of his high school and half of his college time was being a quarterback. So you got 2 quarterbacks on the field, right? New offense. The offensive line is going to be healthy, which I think was the biggest bugaboo of last season for the Eagles.
These guys. I seen Lane Johnson in the lab. He's trying to help these young him and Dawkins from the Bills and Campbell from
Campbell. I think what they were doing with Campbell, they were trying to help Campbell out. And if you're Lane Johnson, why are you doing that, dude? I mean, I know what you're supposed to do. But that's your
Lane said, look, I know I've been here a while, youngin, but I don't give up a lot of sacks. I don't give up a lot of pressure. So,
and he's the one tackle that is left on the island the most out of any other tackle in football. That's all I gotta say. Lane should be at Hall of Famer regardless of what people think about his earlier suspension in his career. I know he counts himself out of it because of that, but what he's done after that, I think, is more telling. So
him with that dog mask on, that's epic, man.
Now, we were just talking about coaches, right? So let's do our Mount Rushmore, right? Who's your 4th? Because obviously, Belichick, Lombardi, and Reed should be your 4, right? Should be your 3.
Yeah.
Who's your 4th for your NFL head coaching?
If I had to pick amongst, and these are just one, I would probably go Don Shula.
Now, you go Shula, I go Knox.
Ooh,
I go Knox because he does not get enough love, and he was the architect behind the steel curtain.
Yeah,
why does Knox not get enough love? I don't get it.
Yeah, you're probably right. Because 4 super dupers, man, 4 of them things. Like, and
Terry Bradshaw as your quarterback. There was
you doing it, running the football and throwing. Like I did it both ways. I did it with Stallworth and Swan, right? I mean, it probably is Knox. I mean, Shula meant a lot,
to Miami.
Yes, but yeah, Knox is like, I think hold on. Now, let me just now, I know people ain't gonna like this, but if it's another guy that I could potentially,
I think there's one more. I want to see if you get it. In my opinion, those are the 4. Like Shula should be an honorable mention, obviously.
Because, listen, and I know people ain't. I mean, and I know I'm biased when I say this. I like John Madden, boy. I like John Madden. When he was out there with the Raiders.
Bias. I don't.
Right, but
he's one of those few guys that was played, had a Hall of Fame level career. had a Hall of Fame level coaching career, then had a Hall of Fame announcing career. Not many people can do that. I think that it's not I don't care who that upsets. Like, that's one of the things that I wouldn't have gotten upset with you if you would have said, John Madden. I think another one doesn't get enough credit just because he only won one Super Bowl. And it's one of those things I don't think counting championships is enough to make you a great coach.
Yeah.
All the nonsense that John Madden had to deal with them Raider teams. Are you serious? The fact they were in contention at all with the band of hooligans they had on defense. Holy crap. I already said it doesn't. X's and O's ain't everything. Managing 53 personalities is hard enough.
I mean, man. I mean, but you talk about what John Madden meant to the game as a position coach, as a head coach, and you can't. Nobody can announce like John Madden. John Madden, Monday Night Football. What? I mean, Madden the game, tough acting and acting. You know what I'm saying? Just hey. Yeah,
John was a special human being. So that John Candy feel, just like he's the big uncle in the family. You know what I mean? That's how you feel if you were around John Madden. I think that another one that just didn't quite get the love and respect he should have, but absolutely should be one of those names mentioned as far as the Mount Rushmore of NFL all-time coaches. I just think it shouldn't be without. It should be without question. He should be one of those guys that's on a short list.
I mean, well, hold on. I know the guy you probably thinking. What's his name? He goes for Washington.
Joe Gibbs.
Joe. Now, I will say this: we don't talk about Joe Gibbs enough either, because Joe Gibbs. Because once again, the Redskins. But yeah, Joe Gibbs.
Not just that, but you got to think he won with two different systems, two different teams. Right? Actually, no, he's won 3 with 3 different quarterbacks. Mark Rippon, Joe Theismann, and Doug Williams.
Yeah. Yeah.
But he won with technically 3 completely different teams.
Yeah, Joe. Yeah, I mean, yeah, as much as love John, man, love Don Shooter, but Joe Gibbs, it's like, wow. Because I get it if I got one quarterback, throughout. But then I got different ones. Joe Theismann is the reason why. Joe Theismann and Lawrence Taylor is the reason why the left tackle gets paid what it's paid. The reason why we were even halfway interested to watch the Redskins is because Joe Gibbs was coaching. So yeah, and that 4th spot could be a lot of people. Could be Shula, could be Gibbs, could be Madden. When you look at what those guys meant, I mean, he didn't win no championships, but Schottenheimer, he was there for a long time. I know he was, but if I got to be honest with it, who was the 3? It was Belichick. It was who was the 3?
It was
Belichick.
Reed, and Lombardi.
I mean, if I'm being honest, the 4th probably should be Bill Walsh. That's probably who it should be, because the West Coast offense, man.
People forget about. Why do people forget that he did that in Cincinnati first? No one ever talks about this, right? No one ever talks about this, right? Is that he made Cincinnati a place, that the West Coast offense was a thing, was successful because of what Bill Walsh did with them in Cincinnati, right? Everyone remembers Sam Weiss. Everyone remembers Sam Weiss. They don't remember Bill Walsh in Cincinnati. So, and then the other one is their quarterback. Won an MVP there. No one talks about him. He was on the short list for Hall of Famer this season, along with Roger Craig. I think it was his last year eligibility.
See?
So it's one of these things where he was obviously more successful in San Francisco.
Yeah.
With Joe Montana. But he's another one. I agree that Walsh doesn't get enough love, and
But that's what I'm saying. The greatest coaches, man, you have a Bill Walsh, Vince Lombardi. You talk about Bill Belichick and one of those. It's just some of these guys, man. Andy Reid. That's what it was. It was Andy Reid. It was Vince Lombardi, and it was Bill Belichick. Big Red did it for two. I mean, what he meant to Philly, what he did for Philly, then went over to what was hard? Okay, what was harder to swallow? Andy Reid leaving to go to Kansas City, or Brian Dawkins leaving to go to Denver?
The Brian Dawkins one, because I think at that point in time, everyone just felt that Andy couldn't get it done. He couldn't get over the hump, right? And that's sad because what he meant and has meant to this organization that was instrumental in changing the direction of this franchise can't be understated. But when you see a legend like Brian Dawkins put on another uniform, regardless if it was Denver or not, it's just it don't sit right with you. It's like when Wayne Gretzky was traded from the Oilers, and then he's a Los Angeles King or a New York Ranger or St. Louis Blue. It just don't look right. It's one of these things where like sometimes coaches leaving isn't as big as when you have that Hall of Fame level player leave.
Yeah.
And it's one of the reasons why I think still to this day, a lot of fans will never forgive Scott Rowland for giving up on the Philadelphia Phillies. Arguably, one of the top 10 third basemen of all time. Coming on within a 5 to 10 year span of Mike Schmidt retiring isn't kind of the easiest thing to deal with, but it's tough to watch that superstar go somewhere else.
Yeah, man. I mean, like I said, I can't remember where I was at when B-Dog went to Denver, and I know he was on I don't know if it was a Philadelphia radio station. He was like crying. He's like, man, this city, these
He became
fans.
a part of the city, yes.
Yeah. I mean, I remember when y'all beat. I remember y'all won the NFC Championship game against my, against my Falcons?
2004 was the year we finally won, against your Falcons.
And then that press conference, the first thing Brian Dawkins, hallelujah. Yeah, I was like this. You gotta love B-Dog. B-Dog and Javon Curse and them, man. Dude. Nice.
It was definitely a fun time watching them guys compete. It definitely was. One of the last little silly ones I'm going to get into, right? So obviously we had a lot of changeover coaches during this past offseason. Probably one of the most we've seen in quite some time. I want to know which out of the new coaches you think is going to finish with a better record. Do you feel Stefanski down there in Atlanta, Harbaugh in New York, Halfley in Miami, Rabashila in Tennessee, Jesse Minute of Baltimore, McCarthy in Pittsburgh, Brady in Buffalo, LaFleur for Arizona, Clint Kubiak there in Vegas, and the sacrificial lamb down there in Cleveland, because that's what he is. He's probably going to be the one with the worst record. Let's be honest.
I mean the easy ones would be Brady, obviously, and Buffalo and Hunter and I think Baltimore. I think, and here comes my bias. I think Coach Saleh. I think what he's doing in Tennessee, they got a shot to have a really, really good record. I don't know if it's going to get them into the playoffs. They won 5 games last year. Can they get to 8, 9 wins? We'll see. Stefanski ain't finna do nothing, man. Don't even ask me about Stefanski. Your two are gonna be your quarterback, man. I think I agree. I mean, Kubiak is a sacrificial lamb, some of those guys, but whatever you are, the coaches that got the best quarterbacks got a shot, and new places got a shot to have real good. So, Brady obviously,
I think Brady's kind of the obvious here in Buffalo.
Yeah. It's
goes into I think the better roster situation of all mentioned.
It's the thing about these new coaches. You got guys like Harbaugh going from Baltimore to New York, and Stefanski going from Cleveland, to Atlanta. So they understand. And both of those guys are going from from the AFC to the NFC. They understand. Hopefully, they've learned some new tricks. I mean, I get when you've had success in other places, you're gonna have to be able to adjust and adapt to where you're going. But when you got Josh Allen, you got Lamar Jackson. I mean, you could do a lot worse than that, or like inherit those type of QBs. But the QB gonna have a lot to do with not just the head coach success, but the team success. So I'm giving the coach and Cam Ward. I think is the best. I know that Harbaugh is getting Dart. I think that Cam Ward was a much better rookie than Dart was. Not even close. I think that Coach Sala got a shot to have a quarterback that can help him win a bunch of games this year. We'll see. But yeah, I'm gonna go Buffalo. I'm gonna go Baltimore.
I mean, it makes sense. They have the best rosters of all mentioned. I do think I agree with you that I think people shouldn't sleep on Tennessee. We'll see what happens. I know they just signed their defensive tackle to a nice big old fat contract.
Jeffrey Simmons, back up. Listen, Jalen Carter. If you watch that, you go, what?
Yeah, exactly. And I'm sure Harry Roseman was like, these mofos, they trying to hurt my bank.
Oh, yeah, they was like, well, here's the thing. They're going to tell Jalen Carter, though, they're going to listen, but that boy was the first team all pro, 11 sacks. So you going to get your money. You will get your money, young man. But we want you to get your money because
I think if the Eagles are smart, they load him up with incentives. They give him the contract they want, but they base it around the incentives. If you hit this, if you hit that this is what your pay will be. And I think that's the way they should do it. Because I know it's been the kind of thing, worrying about giving him this contract with, people doubt if he's in shape. They doubted that Jordan Davis was in shape. Look what happened last season, right? Yep. He in my opinion, he played better than Jalen Carter did when he was healthy. Jalen had multiple shoulder injuries last season, which sidelined him, and I think really kind of hampered his effectiveness at times. So I get being cautious about that. Just load him in incentives and give him what he wants that way. You want it.
Oh yeah.
You want the production. You give us the production, you'll get the money. So we'll see how that all plays out. But we're in that weird time where we can talk about a little bit of everything. Football is still laying there in the weeds.
I got one. I mean, because the FIFA World Cup is going on. Whoever this lady is talking trash about Mbappe, whoever you are, lady, I don't know who you are. If you represent Paraguay and Paraguay was doing all this dumb stuff against Mbappe and they lost the game and Mbappe don't want to shake their hands, man, you see how disrespectful they were? They're trying to injure me during the game. And you saying things like, look, let me just go ahead and give people some context. I don't know who this lady is. She's a politician. When you start using stuff like can't speak the language, he ain't really French. He was born in Paris anyway. And then the players out there talking trash to him in Spanish, not realizing that the young man is fluent in French, Spanish, and English. So you can't even talk trash about me. But ma'am, when you start saying things like he don't know the language and he grew up around monkeys and all this other type of stuff, and then you come back and say he needs to apologize to you, no. It doesn't work that way. Doesn't work that way. And don't try to bring your gender into it just because he called you a lady because you're a lady. And he's saying you don't represent the best of Paraguay. I would think they would think the same of it. And to those of us out there who wanted to do this debate, who's the greatest player out of Messi and Ronaldo, I think we could put it to rest. I think it should be put to rest. I mean, love Ronaldo. Cristiano is a gem, a national jewel. Messi is going for World Cup #2. And last time I checked, Ronaldo just played his last one. Love Ronaldo. Know the fans ain't gonna like that. Lionel Messi is him. He's Timothy. But I've loved the World Cup. The city of Atlanta did not need any more bad traffic, but it is awful. Downtown is awful. The airport is even worse. But the World Cup has more than lived up to the billing. I do not know who is going to win it. But if you're going to talk trash about superstars, let it not be Mbappe. That's not going to help you get reelected, and that's not going to boost your reputation, or your likeness in this world. But don't compare anybody to a monkey, especially if they're people of color. What? And he need to apologize to me. Come on, man. And the Olympics will be coming to America in 2028 in Los Angeles, and I will be there. I don't know what type of seat I'm gonna have, and I'm gonna be with my mom.
I just have to experience this point blank and period.
I got to just go out there, see what's up with the festivities, things like that. But yeah, man. I mean, we are at a time in sports where, we are trying to make it to training camp. We really, really are. We're just trying to count down these Sundays to training camp. We count down.
I think we're just about within 2 months. So yeah, we're almost
there. And I don't. Who's doing? Do you know who's doing Hard Knocks this year? I don't know.
No, I don't. I just know it's not the Eagles this year. That's all I know.
I mean, I'm just saying it's but no, the NBA. Oh, baseball. I know y'all gonna have to get ready to really, really, get comfortable being uncomfortable with these negotiations. And I'm gonna keep saying this to the Otanis of the world, to the Mike Trouts of the world, to the Ronald Queen Jr. of the world, to you $100 million, $200 million, $300 million, some $400 million, some $500 million players. Be ready to look out for your teammates who don't make that type of money, because in order to survive this, people got bills to pay. So right now we out because Steven, I don't know how long you foresee it, but I see this thing getting ugly. I see this thing. I don't see it lasting longer than one regular season, like missing it, but I do see it affecting the upcoming season. Like, I don't think it's gonna last. It's too much money to be made. It's too much sponsorships and all these Fortune 500 companies and businesses attached to these teams and players. But to survive it, people are gonna have to be able to maintain or sustain their life and lifestyle. So to the big money guys, be ready to put the money into a pool, and not just for the players, but for some of these coaches, for some of these staff members, because when you say it ain't my responsibility, yeah, it is. People got mouths to feed. So to the same people that are ready to strike, you can have a bunch of players that say, I can't afford no strike. What do you mean? Man, my kid go to private school, got this new house, new baby on the way. We need every game. So, but yeah, I hope that and Dana White and coming. No, listen, no more sporting events at the White House. I mean, it's just too much stuff that can go crazy. I know y'all did it, but we got arenas and stadiums for that. Let's try it. Let's and stay, and whatever this little green pool thing is, stay away from it, people. People need to. I don't know what they talk about. It's green or whatever.
The reflective pool. The reflective pool.
Okay. Yeah. So if it's green, whatever color it's supposed to be, get it back that color. Because I'm just saying. But
no, I think the problem is because people are pouring stuff, or the reports are people are pouring. It's supposed to be clear and it's supposed to be a reflective pool, but whatever. What do I know? I stay away from the political nonsense no matter what.
Oh yeah, me too. I say
keep it out of my sports talk. Keep it out of it.
Exactly.
But
and
I will say about the World Cup, showed you guys last week the parking prices here in Philadelphia was absolutely insane. But the 6 games they had here sold out 5 of them.
Wow.
Sold out 5 of them. So 5 of the 6 games here, there was more than 60,000 fans here. So I think it was a success for the most part. I'm not gonna act like I'm the biggest FIFA fan.
Oh yeah. I'm not
First
gonna.
sport
Yeah,
I ever played was soccer. I'm not gonna act like
I'm not gonna act like I am either. A shout out to Antonio Freeman. I think his son plays for the U.S. men's national team. I'm not gonna act like I know them all. I'm a part of the Landon Donovan era. You know, I ain't
I'll
trying
just
to act
say
like.
this much. The only thing I will mention on is some of the nonsense I've seen over the last handful of days. If you're an American and you have to make it a point that you're not rooting for the U.S. just because it's the U.S. and you're a U.S. citizen, please go find a visa citizenship elsewhere. I don't want you here. I don't. That's the only political nonsense I'm going to say because I don't care what idiot is in the White House. I don't. It means nothing to me. I'm going to support my country regardless. Olympics, all that stuff. But when you have a situation like what people are using, just a way to poo-poo the Americans, whatever, dude. Like this is the same that the same people were upset that they lost. They lost where they lose every time in
Yep.
the last 16 teams that
Yep.
are left. That's when the USA gets eliminated. We are not the best soccer team in the world. We're not
No.
even in the top 10 in the world. That's fine. We don't have to be. There's other sports that we are significantly better than almost 90% of the rest of the other countries in the world.
Yep.
Soccer is never going to be the United States #1 sport. It's not even going to be a top 5. I still think combat sports as a whole will come in before soccer. But if you're sitting there using their failures or the retard that resides in the White House as a reason to not support the American athletes that are competing, get out of the country and go support whatever other country you want to go move there. You can be a proud American and not be proud of your government. That's perfectly acceptable.
Thanks.
That is perfectly acceptable. I hope everyone has those honest conversations with each other, but don't take it out on the athletes because of it. Don't take it out on them. That they have nothing to do with that. Nor should they get the vitriol or hate because of it. So that's the only thing I'm going to say about that. Love the energy and the soccer experience that we had here in Philadelphia. I know a lot of the content creators and sports bloggers in the area were eating up a lot of the guests that we had in there. I've seen a lot of countries sat there and said, they didn't really care for the United States. They were coming for the experience of the World Cup and said that, they fell in love with our city and our country.
It's gonna be a bunch of cheesecake recipes going back across the water, baby.
Listen, man, I'm just glad that for the most part everyone had fun, no one got hurt.
And everybody was safe, and we a safe World Cup because it could have gotten.
There was some stuff that could have made it very ugly or in a very bad situation. But either way, happy with the World Cup experience as a whole outside of the financial side of things. But it was definitely cool. Hopefully it's something we will get to experience again in our lifetime, having the World Cup here in the United States. Glad that we were able to be an ambassador during this crazy time in the world we live in. Other than that, Ben, your final thoughts on today, and let's send this one on home.
Listen, Marvin, you and the missus, man, always praying for you and the missus. Marvin Powell for Hall of Fame every single time. And see, it was always a pleasure coming on with you, sir, talking all things sports. I mean, we don't talk golf because, you got to have limits. Got to have limits.
If we're gonna talk golf, I'll bring Justin on to talk golf because he's our resident golfer here on on the South Florida Tribune. Again, like I said, we covered Knucklemania this past week, and showed our guys a fight wax around Philadelphia, picked them up from the airport, showed them some love, took them to some of the events, but also want to give some love to another one of the companies that is working with fight wax. We got the Drank Drops, one of the sponsors for the BKFC strawweight champion Britton Hart, but he gave me some stuff with peach. We got some watermelon. So guys, if you looking for water enhanced, hell, you're looking at something to spice up one of your mixed drinks, check out the Dank Drop guys. Show them some love. Show the guys that are showing us love here on the South Florida Tribune, the Fan in the End, Real and Rare, all that stuff. Some love. But other than that, another episode in the books. I'm Steve. That's Ben. This was another episode of The Fan in the End, and we will see you guys next week, my friends. Peace on out.